Good morning, friends. This lecture is about the histology of endocrine glands. The endocrine glands are ductless glands which secrete their products, which are known as hormones, directly into blood and lymph capillaries. That's why these glands have an extensive capillary network. First, coming to the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is a large endocrine gland which is situated in the anterior neck below the larynx. It has a right lobe and a left lobe joined by an isthmus. Coming to the histology, the thyroid gland is covered by a thin connective tissue capsule, that is the true capsule of the thyroid gland. This capsule gives numerous septa inward to divide the gland into multiple lobules. These connective tissue septa have numerous blood vessels, arterioles, venules, and capillaries. The lobule is composed of multiple spherical masses of different size, and these spherical masses are known as thyroid follicles. The size of thyroid follicle is between 0.2 millimeter and 1 millimeter. Each follicle is lined by simple cuboidal follicular cell resting on a basal lamina. The lumen of the thyroid follicle is filled with a homogeneous eosinophilic mass that is known as colloid. The colloid is composed of thyroglobulin, which is an iodinated glycoprotein, and this is an inactive storage form of thyroid hormones. Thyroid gland is the only endocrine gland which stores its secretions extracellularly, that is, in the lumen of the thyroid follicles. The follicular cell has a round central nucleus and basal basophilia. The lining epithelium of the follicle changes shape according to the activity of the thyroid follicles. If the thyroid follicle is moderately active, the lining epithelium is simple cuboidal and there is moderate amount of the thyroglobulin colloid. If the gland is highly active, the follicular cells become columnar and there is scanty colloid. When the cells are inactive, the epithelium becomes squamous with abundance of the colloid material in the lumen of the follicle. Some follicles may have retracted or distorted colloid as a result of the chemicals used during slide preparation. The follicles are separated from one another by thin interfollicular connective tissue which contains capillaries. Another cell type known as parafollicular cells, they are seen between the follicles or within follicle, but these cells do not touch the colloid, do not touch the lumen of the follicle. These parafollicular cells are larger than the follicular cells and they have polyhedral shape with oval eccentric nuclei. The parafollicular cells occur singly or in small clusters between the follicles or within the follicle. Now the hormones secreted by the thyroid gland. The follicular cells secrete two hormones T3 and T4. T3 is triiodothyroxine. Triiodothyronine, and T4 tetraiodothyronine, also known as thyroxine. These two hormones increase the basal metabolic rate, and parafollicular cells secrete the calcitonin hormone, which lowers the blood calcium levels. In this picture, the parafollicular cells are clearly visible, and this is a tangential section of the thyroid follicle which is having no lumen. Coming to the parathyroid glands, there are two pairs of parathyroid glands. They are lying along the posterior border of the thyroid gland within the false capsule of the thyroid. Each parathyroid gland is oval or lentiform in shape, about the size of a split pea. Each parathyroid gland is surrounded by a thin layer of connective tissue capsule, and from this capsule septa extend to divide the gland into poorly defined lobules. So this is the capsule of the parathyroid gland, separating it from the substance of the thyroid gland. The parathyroid gland has ill-defined lobules, and the parenchyma of the gland has numerous sinusoids, and it has two types of cells: chief cells and oxyphil cells. Chief cells are more numerous cells. They are smaller in size, and they secrete the hormone parathyroid hormone. The chief cells are small polygonal cells, and they are having a central nucleus. They have dark staining cytoplasm, while the second type of cell, the oxyphil cells, are larger. They are less in number, and they appear singly or in small groups, and they have deeply eosinophilic cytoplasm because of a large number of mitochondria. And these oxyphil cells do not show secretory vesicles, so they do not secrete any hormone. The parathyroid gland secretes parathyroid hormone from the chief cells. This parathyroid hormone increases the blood calcium level. So the parathyroid hormone and the calcitonin hormone, which is secreted by the parafollicular cells of the thyroid gland, they both maintain the serum calcium level. So to summarize the identifying features of the thyroid gland, it has a thin capsule. From the capsule, connected to septa arise, dividing the gland in multiple lobules. Each lobule is composed of many spherical masses known as thyroid follicles, and the thyroid follicle is lined by simple cuboidal epithelium resting on basal lamina, and its lumen contains a homogeneous eosinophilic material that is known as colloid, which is composed of thyroglobulin. Here the thyroid hormones are stored in inactive state. In between the follicles, few parafollicular cells are seen, which are larger cells. In between the follicles, numerous blood capillaries are seen, and sometimes in the section of the thyroid gland, parathyroid glands can also be seen, and they can be differentiated from thyroid by the absence of follicles. The parathyroid gland has seeds of cells, and it has two type of cells: chief cells, which are more numerous, and the auxiphyll cells, which are larger and less numerous cells in the parathyroid gland. This is all about the thyroid and parathyroid.